Hello everybody, this is White Wolf. Once again, we are going live and we are going to be talking about playing with our imagination, what it means to really just have fun with creation and also have fun with your life with the childlike wonder of a 12-year-old. Sorry, TikTok was trying to post and I got off the camera here. But yeah, we're going to be talking about playing with your creation, playing with expansion, also just playing with the idea that you can be a billionaire if you really want to be. And I wanted to tell you guys a story about how I went to the gas station with my girlfriend by Walmart, and I won $5 off scratch off and went back into the gas station, won another $5, and then I went back in there and won $10, and then I bought two more. And just because I did not win does not mean that there wasn't energy at play, because I was wanting to tap in to a prosperous energy. So I was playing with the imagination and the idea and the awareness and the expansion that I could become a billionaire if I kept on scratching off those tickets and winning and having the faith to go in there back to back, knowing that I could hit the jackpot. So that's how we should live our lives, with this fun, exciting, revamped way that we see life and seize every opportunity courageously, and to seize the moment and to show up to the moment and to your life as if you're meant to be there, and to realize that the expansion and the creativity is here for us to really just understand that we have the ability to understand how we're blessed and how God has blessed us and how we have been blessed from the get-go, and the amount of times that grace has been shown to us when we walk that fine line of gratitude. But it's also just being aware that we have the ability to truly have fun, to truly play with our imagination, and to live in a world that's filled with our dreams, our hopes, and our purified desires. And also, feel free to share out, feel free to donate, feel free to book a private session, 1 hour for $100, psychic readings, healings, activation codes, downloads 2 hours for $200. Feel free to share out, feel free to donate, subscribe to the TikTok. Also, shout out to Andrew, who donated $100 the other night. You can get a discounted appointment anytime, man. So what I mean with playing with your imagination is realizing that you have to allow yourself to play with creation like it's a toy. I'm not saying be foolish or be childish, but I'm saying to play with it with the sense of this innocence, with the sense of this direction that you can create at any given time, with an innocence and a purification that allows everything to be exponential, with growing and changing and manifesting. So when we're playing with our imagination, we're seeing what's possible. We're seeing the endless, bountiful possibilities that can happen within our life. And we're also just allowing the vision to become who we are, until that vision becomes our dream board that's written in the stars, and that we have the ability to create stars within space. So because we are a star seed. So now we're planting those seeds of inspiration and imagination and creativity. Once we do this every day, we understand that no matter how many risks you take, no matter what decisions you make, you're always one step closer to your dreamland, your oasis, your happy place, if you will. So playing with your imagination is really understanding that each desire has to be purified, each desire has to be aligned with one another, and every time that we dwell within the realm of doubt, we're out of alignment, but we're also stepping away from what's real. Imagination is real. Reality is not real. So understanding that reality is an illusion, but more so that what you think is real, or being a realist, is a fallacy in and of itself. You have to understand that being real, being a realist, being someone who lives day to day, who has to see something in plain sight in order to really see the magic and the beauty that is here. that's a problem, right? Because if you're so focused on what you can only see within your perception, you're never going to have a new perception or a new perspective or a new view on how to look at life. So, no, I'm not Catholic. I am a person who meditates. I'm not afraid to say I'm psychic. I'm not afraid to say that I help people with spiritual enlightenment. So if someone asked me if I was Catholic. And to really make yourself truly be in your own space, you have to create space differently so that you can expand upon your creation. So every time that you change the way that you create, and creating space so that you can create differently, which will initiate different ways of seizing opportunity, and it will feel as if you're having each reminiscent of every moment, but it's almost like you're embarking and teleporting into new moments and having new ways of seeing and dreaming and believing and intending. So every time that you allow the fresh, the anew, the revitalization, the vitality to shine forth through everything that you do within your life, imagination is playing. Playing is childlike innocence. And when you align with this divine feminine, with your inner child, it allows you to come back to your masculinity. What we think a woman and a man should act like is not how a woman and man should act like. We think it's what a woman and man should act like. We think men have to be tough, rigid, constricting, aggressive, all the time, alpha male. And that's not the case. We think women should do everything for a man, hand and foot. Not necessarily. But it has nothing to do with gender. It has nothing to do with emotion. It has nothing to do with the physical sense. It has nothing to do with agreeing to disagree. But imagination is the plane of creation where everything starts. And then this is where you prophesize your future. That's the first step to prophesying what you want. So when you are speaking victory, you'll see victory. If you're speaking lack or in defeat, you're going to get defeat. You're always going to be down in the dumps. But it's just changing your tune. It's changing that old record that you've been playing your entire life. So a lot of us, and this is very essential, a lot of us feel like a record. You talk about the same thing. You do the same things every day. You go to the same job every day. You have the same friends every day. You have the same wife that does not give a damn about you. And you spin that record over and 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 over to the point where you are in Groundhog Day. You're in a reality that does not really suit your vibration. And because that it does not suit your vibration and actually represent what you are, it feels constricting and it feels bad and it feels absolutely terrible, because you're believing something about yourself that's a fallacy, that's a farce, that's not true. So when we're not using our imagination, we're not really aligning to our vibration and our truth. So also feel free to donate, feel free to share out, book private sessions. You can also subscribe to this, White Wolf, the Oracle of Bloodline Wisdom on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, White Wolf 4741, BitChute, White Wolf, the Oracle 23_@symbol. So book private sessions, 1 hour for $100, 2 hours for $200. So when we're unwilling to play with our imagination, we're unwilling to really understand what could be possible. We're actually, when we're not using our imagination, we're unwilling to accept that we can absolutely receive blessings. So if I feel like I can't buy a bundle of cigars tonight, then I'm not going to have any cigars. I'm not going to really believe that it could happen, or that something could open the door for someone to donate me some money. Because last night I did this thing. I said, God, I would really love to make some money. And then right after I said that, $100 came to me instantaneously. Why did that happen? Just take a wild guess. Why on earth would someone donate me money just for the content that I'm putting out? It's because he resonated with what I said. He felt in his heart that that was the right thing to do. And then God heard what I said. God heard what I was prophesying. Like, I would really love to make some money. And then instantaneously, the universe knew my signal, knew what I was sending out in the ether, and knew what was divinely orchestrated within the manifestation that I was trying to embark on. And then it happened simultaneously because there was an energy transference. So every time that we're using our imagination, it is an energy transference. So every time that you're healing, there's an energy transference. Every time that you give yourself to God, there is an energy transference. It's just where you need to place your energy and where you need to transfer your energy, and how much can you receive all at once. Because when we're growing and expanding on the spiritual journey, what happens a lot is that we're able to receive at a higher rate, we're able to relay at a higher rate, we're able to bestow and be an orchestrator of energy, to be a conductor of energy, if you will. So when you're being a conductor of energy, right, you are able to do many things simultaneously, do many things at once. You become, what is it called when you're able to do multitasking? So you're able to multitask with your energy, but you're able to be omnipresent, and you're able to not really move or do anything physical, but you're able to multitask. So as I'm saying this, there's a million different things happening right now. As I'm saying my words, as I'm moving my fingers, there's energy with everything. So the way that we use our mannerisms, there's energy behind that. The way that we say something. So every time that we say something, there's energy behind it. Even if we're having a fun moment, even when you're having laughter, there is something happening within the organism of consciousness, that there was something alive within yourself that made you feel with joy and bliss and ecstasy, and you didn't have to have a drop of alcohol or drugs. So like laughter, it's looking at all the things as being conscious, looking at everything as being the scope of consciousness. And I think this person has a great question. Do you have to practice to keep control of what to do? So, do you have to practice to keep control of what to do? I don't believe we have to diligently practice, but I think it's releasing the control aspect of reality. It's releasing control. It's releasing feeling like we have to control a situation. When we feel like we have to control our lives, we are not allowing anything into our life. We're not allowing ourselves to imagine our dream life. And we're also not allowing ourselves to really speak and prophesy what we want in our life, so that we can actually start subtracting things out of our lives, and then we can start attracting things into our scope of energy, into our periscope of energy. And we can finally start attracting the dream life that we want, and start to really empower it, and to make it really beautiful, to make it like a song, your favorite song, whatever it may be. It could be your favorite kind of food. But you have to treat every simple thing as it is very complex and has serenity, and it is conscious. So just letting go every day that you wake up. It's like this morning I listened to Abraham Hicks, and I laid down on my couch, and I felt at first like I wanted to go back to bed. But then I got a cup of coffee, and then that turned into meditating and listening to Abraham, and then I laid there for 20 minutes, and then after that 20 minutes I felt afresh, anew. I felt like a new man. It's because I finally came back to myself, and I recalibrated, and I got the senses heightened because of meditating. So meditation is simply letting go. Meditation is simply honing in. Meditation is simply resonance. Meditating in the morning, whenever you do it, it could be at night, it could be in the morning, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how you do it. There's no right or wrong way. There's no way that you have to do it. And just allowing yourself to taste that beautiful transcendent moment when you just allow yourself to drown out everything, to drown out the world, to drown out the sounds, but to allow everything to become your consciousness. Allowing everything to become your consciousness, your thoughts, your emotions, your sense perceptions, the sounds that you hear on a day-to-day, moment-to-moment basis, allowing everything to be your conscious mind. And the only person that has true control over that, or to allow yourself to be thrown off of your path, is you. So like when you're meditating or when you're doing a healing, like I probably will do in a moment, if something is outside of your awareness, does it have to affect what you do? Does it have to affect how you meditate? Does that thing that person said to you the other day still bother you? But why does it bother you? Why does it agitate you? Why do we get triggered? Why do we get angry? It's because we're fighting God. We're against God. We're against the grain. We're against our imagination. We're against the rigid, constricting, limiting, human, the liar, the imposter. Satan wears many disguises. And what I mean by that is that you can either live heaven or you can live in the pit. I don't know about you, but I want heaven. I'm going to raise my hand and be like, yeah, I want heaven. Yeah, I'll sign up for that. How much does it cost to get a slice of heaven, to get a dose of enlightenment? And I'm not saying that this is easy, and I'm not saying that anyone can just do it, because if that was the case, then everybody would do it, and everybody would be successful, and everybody would be prosperous, and do many different things, and build schools and theaters, and change the entire world in the matter of 24 hours. And I know that was a crazy generalization, but the point is that we have the power to do that. Every day that we wake up in the morning, it's very essential, because if you don't get on top of it, if you don't get on top of everything that you're going to experience, and to allow the experience to be your imagination, then it might be a slippery slope the entire day. Because if you start off on the wrong foot, you're gonna hit your foot on something, you're gonna get triggered by your boss, and then you get fired, and then somehow your car breaks down, and you wonder why the world hates you or why this is happening to you. And it's because sometimes it's just having that great attitude. Sometimes it's walking in that gratitude, even if you don't have something to be grateful for. Sometimes it's realizing that you're aligned with prosperous energy, even though you only have $100 in your bank account. Because if you keep just confirming what you are not, you're always going to confirm what you seem to be. So confirm what you are and start playing the game. So be the video game player. You have your stats, you have your strength, you have your vitality, you have your choice of weapon. You have your choice of weapon. You have your shield. And you have to live life as if it is a video game, that anything can change at any given moment. That everything can be reprogrammed. That you can have an update. That you can reboot the system and plug yourself in to this transcendental consciousness. That we're all here to just plug ourselves in. So it's just a matter of really just believing to the point where you know. If you have to make yourself believe it, or if you have to say what is so lacking to the point where it just sounds absolutely redundant, irrelevant, and totally imbalanced. So understanding this is that playing with your imagination, playing with life, learning how to play and learning just how to enjoy is the hardest thing. It's the hardest thing. Just to truly enjoy your life is the hardest thing to do. And most people don't know how to do it. Because we feel that we are our circumstances, that we are our pain, and we are our suffering, and that we're all victims, and that God doesn't love us. But that is a fucking lie. That's not true. It feels in that moment that it's very true. That it feels in that moment it's very true. But then, once you look back and once you meditate, and sometimes you might shed some tears, and then guess what? You're ready to conquer the world again. You're ready to go after this. You're ready to go at it one more time, and you don't care what happens, and you don't have to have optimism or pessimism at all. But you have empowerment, you have enlightenment, you have spirituality, you have the soul, and the soul will never fail you. So, some people are like, when's it going to happen, White Wolf? And I've asked that question many times in my spiritual journey. I've asked that many times. When is it going to happen? But look at all the things that's already happened in your life. If you can focus on the one thing good in your life, then you have the whole world beat. And it's just like what Joe Dispenza said on, I was watching Joe Dispenza, we had him on in our living room. Sometimes you just have to change, but you have to embrace the new person that is coming inside of you. You have to embrace the higher self that wants to channel you. You have to embrace this angelic side, this angelic presence about you. You have to embrace the present awareness, the moment to moment. That you're not here to be a reminiscence of a moment, but you're here to be the moment. You're here to be the moment. So, I know a lot of people are asking questions. Also, feel free to share out. Feel free to donate. Book private sessions so that you can get in-depth questions. I do answer questions from time to time, but also just book private sessions with me, 1 hour for $100, 2 hours for $200. Feel free to share out, feel free to donate. And also, I don't know if it's the full moon, I guess tomorrow or someday, but if you guys catch me on here, I will do live readings as well. So also I was wondering if there was anything my guides and my higher self wanted me to say before I did some healing energy. I think that's it. So we're going to be doing some healing energy as well. I'm going to be doing a Stupa Mudra energy, and we're going to be doing a 9th dimensional violet flame activation. And I also did a short condensed version on my TikTok as well, YouTube, White Wolf the Oracle of Bloodline Wisdom, Facebook, White Wolf 4741, Instagram, BitChute, White Wolf the Oracle 23 _ @. So without further ado, we're going to do some healing energy. Psychic readings. So take a deep breath. And when you do Subhamudra energy, you can move your hands in a circular motion. You can move them however you want them. You can rub your fingertips. But allow a 9th dimensional violet flame light to activate all your chakras, to allow yourself to play with your imagination with the childlike wonder of a 12-year-old. Allow yourself to tap into your innocence, to allow your desires to be pure. Allow this to be a holy ceremony. We're going to have the fairies help us with our divine feminine essence. They're going to sprinkle stardust Archangel Zadkiel and his gold and violet flame dragons are putting a flame of protection under us to help us with psychic protection. And we're also going to have the dolphin to help us tap into prosperous 9th dimensional energy. We're also going to call upon the unicorns to help us embrace our imagination, our sensitivity, being creative, and helping us with more of our psychic abilities. self-love, self-care, and just believing in the goodness of the I Am. We're also going to allow Kundalini energy to come through the spinal column, all the way through the causal chakra, an energy of release, renewal, and shedding of old skin. Take a deep breath. Exhale. Billions of light codes are being sent out as we speak. Allow this activation to be an energy transference. Allow it to make you whole, to make you feel brand new, and embrace the change and embrace your imagination, and knowing that it will never, ever fail you. We're also going to have Sasquatch teach us about being omnipresent, time traveling, shape-shifting, being simultaneous. As this transmission is coming to a close, take one last deep breath. Exhale. When I snap my fingers, you'll come back to. You'll have a greater sense of clarity. You will know who you are, and you will become the oracle of love, light, and wisdom. Thank you all for tuning in to this live feed. Also know that you can book private sessions. My PayPal link is there. Feel free to donate. Feel free to share out. Also, just know that I'll go live regularly here. Maybe do some readings. I don't know. Whatever it may be. Just know that playing with our imagination allows us to transform a lot of things in our life that we else would not transform and become and see and dream and take risk and just see the new and see the impossible and see what can be truly possible, and just imagining yourself in such a different state of awareness. So I hope you guys enjoyed that healing energy. You can book private sessions with me. This is White Wolf, 1 hour for $100, 2 hours for $200. And White Wolf, the Oracle of Loveline Wisdom, YouTube, Facebook, White Wolf 4741, Instagram, BitChute, White Wolf, the Oracle 23 _@. And thank you guys for the support. Thank you for this live, and it's an honor and a pleasure to share with you guys. And I just always feel led when Spirit tells me to go live, or to do a message, or to do healings, or just to feel led to do my gifting, and that the very fact that I get to do this is the greatest blessing of all. So thank you guys so much. God bless. Namaste. And good night.